Welcome to our Glory Globe TV. Here's a breaking news. Yes, the world was largely peaceful until 2022. There were small but controllable skirmishes between nations, political tensions containing considered adversaries, increased terrorism, but no wars involving nuclear-powered nations. February 2022 witnessed the commencement of the Ukraine conflict, with Russia launching its special military operation. It dominated headlines for most of 2022 up until the Hamas attack on Israel's Be'eri kibbutz on October 7 this year. The retaliation by Israel pushed the Ukraine conflict onto the sideline. After nearing 2 years of conflict, funding fatigue has begun to set in for most Ukraine's supporters, despite Volodymyr Zelensky, the Ukrainian president, claiming Kyiv is blocking Russian expansion into Europe. It was the West which stopped ceasefire talks, hoping to draw Russia into a second Afghanistan, but failed. Currently, the world focus has shifted. At the commencement of the conflict, the West announced it has imposed crippling sanctions on Russia while providing military and economic support to Ukraine. This did little to curtail the war. Russia's economy remains resilient, while large parts of Ukraine lie devastated. The much touted Ukrainian counter-offensive achieved nothing. Its failure only highlighted the split between Zelensky and General Valery Zelensky, the army chief. The army chief admitted that the counter-offensive had achieved nothing substantial, while Zelensky disagreed. This added to funding fatigue. The coming year could either witness a new Russian offensive or talks to end the war. Patience running out on Ukraine was evident when in the US the Senate blocked funds for it. In Europe, nations seem to process similar views. Poland's new government has stopped providing military equipment to Ukraine. Hungary has blocked European Union's 50 million euro aid to Ukraine. Post commencement of European Union Ukraine talks, while in Romania an anti-Ukraine funding political parties is gaining ground. Geert Wilders, whose party won the recently concluded Netherlands election, stated, "We believe we should not give military support to Ukraine while we are unable to defend our own country." Zelensky too has admitted that the war in Gaza is taking away the focus from the ongoing conflict on his soil. Ukraine is no longer in the news. Peace talks hosted by Arab states are on hold. The Russian President Vladimir Putin has already hinted on talks with the US, Europe and Ukraine to terminate the conflict, with elections due in major countries involved in the war or supporting warning sides in 2024, including Russia, Ukraine, European Union Parliament and the US. The possibility of the war concluding in Russia's favor appears bright. Gaza, which was the globe's largest open-air prison, was generally ignored despite Israel's crippling control over its residents. It jumped into global attention with the Hamas attack and the violent counter-strike by Israel. While 1,200 Israelis were killed in the initial Hamas assault on October 7 and over 150 were taken prisoner, over 20,000 Palestinians have died in the ongoing Israeli offensive. Large parts of Gaza have been destroyed. While the Western world initially backed Israel in its efforts to eradicate Hamas, they seem to be having doubts as civilian casualties mount. This is the scenario nowadays in the world. Behind the report, Glory Globe TV, Delhi, Bharat.